half ago, whatever it was. We sat down and did a mock draft. This will be the second one. So, what do we got? Who's going first?
We got Jake gonna lead it off, and with this one, for me, just real quick, the last one I did, I felt I tried to address as what I felt teams needed, and not how I thought they were gonna draft. So hopefully we can be as close to what the teams are gonna do for you guys as possible here.
Yeah, Tracy, remember.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah, we're all worried about you.
Go ahead, Jacob. Start it off. You got the easiest pick in the draft.
With the first pick, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Everyone knows they're taking Trevor Lawrence with the first overall pick. The Jags.
Yeah.
He's going to be a stud.
We're not going to waste any time with that one. I mean, it's pretty simple. Probably
We shouldn't waste time with this one either, so go ahead and spit your pick out.
Generational talent, Trevor Lawrence. This one, the Jets believe he's a generational talent. I don't know if
He's probably,
many people do.
he is a generational talent.
But we'll see how it works out in the league. Second pick for the Jets, taking a quarterback from BYU, Zach Wilson.
And this is where the draft starts to get interesting. Devin's up next with the third pick.
I believe that San Francisco 49ers are going to be taking Trey Lance, not Mac Jones. He can sit behind Jimmy G if he wants, and I think that's a good pick for them.
Okay, since the draft started, can I give my piece on that, please?
You're going to say Justin Fields.
No. I believe since the day they made the trade, the rumor came out that it was Mac Jones. When you give up the farm like they did, you don't not know who you're picking. The day it came out, it was Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones. Kyle Shanahan sees Kirk Cousins and Mac Jones. He is going third. We are a betting and gambling show as well. Put the fucking house on Mac Jones. That's where he's going. He's going to San Francisco.
I'm up with the fourth pick in the draft, Atlanta. I think this is a possible spot where you're going to see teams try to trade up. Maybe Atlanta has been rumored to say that if the right guy's there at quarterback, they're going to take him. I feel that guy could be Justin Fields. He is on the board. This is hard for me because being based off my needs, a tight end would be a bigger need for them than quarterback. It sells tickets right now. They could get Kyle Pitts, have probably the most explosive offense in the NFL. With Julio, Ridley, another good year from Matt Ryan, hopefully, and you add Kyle Pitts to the mix. I think you got to do this. It sells tickets, puts fans in the stands, and it's what people want to see, high-power, explosive offenses.
I hate that pick for him, but I'm going to do it.
I know.
For the Bengals, I think they should take an offensive lineman, but I think they're going to take Jamar Chase. He's going to be a stud in the NFL. Him and Joe Burrow already have a good repertoire.
Wide receiver out of LSU there, Jamar Chase. Six.
That was a big word for you, Trish. You didn't even know what you said there.
I wasn't really. I
See,
didn't
he
really
doesn't know what you said. He
Dolphins.
just wanted to read over you to give his piece on the receiver. That's all he wanted to do.
He didn't say the school he was from. That's all I said. Dolphins at 6. Again, you're just kind of offensive tackles, their biggest need, falling into the lap. I think they go Chase. I think it's actually reversed in my mock draft. It would be Penny Sewell going to the Bengals, and then Chase going to the Dolphins, but we're going to reverse it. I got Dolphins at number 6, taking offensive tackle out of Oregon, Penny Sewell.
Since Trace likes to butt in for everyone else, I think they're going to skip over Sewell here. Left tackle's not a huge need for them. They're another team. They're going to try to get better and compete with the teams in their division. And the pick on draft day will be Jalen Waddle to pair with Tua. Go ahead, Doug. You're on the clock.
Wait, what just happened?
I was just doing what Tracy keeps doing to Jacob and reading over top of him and letting him know what I think my pick would be.
Okay.
Well,
Instead of what the pick-
Jalen Waddle wasn't even the best receiver on his team, and he won't be the best receiver on his team to go to the draft. So.
All right, so the Detroit Lions, we're going to start fighting some kneecaps, boys. And that does not give me the distinction that they're going to take a wide receiver. So I think they're going to be taking Rashawn Slater.
It's a good pick.
They need to help that offensive line. I think they're going to start building from the ground up, and you don't build from the ground up with a wide receiver.
Carolina on the clock. That really threw me off here. Now I'm sort of lost here. Carolina on the clock. Oh, I'm not lost. If this guy's on the board, they're taking him. There's no doubt in my mind. Justin Fields, Carolina, from the Ohio State University, where they don't produce quarterbacks.
Even after they just traded for Sam Darnold and picked up his fifth-year option?
They just came out saying that they're not set on him.
Really? I didn't see that. Ooh. Still have to give up for a quarterback you're not set on.
Now you got me thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Now you got me thinking I should be taking Waddle here.
I think
Very
they're loaded with
tough.
offensive weapons.
No, Tracy, I was just talking over you. They're loaded with offensive. That's what I mean. Where do they go? They're loaded with offensive weapons. They go corner with Surtain or Horn. Darsow at 16. I mean,
linebacker. I mean, there's a lot of options.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like at this spot, you just almost have to go best player available.
Yeah,
They were rumored for the quarterback. I mean,
battle it out.
the only other pick you make here would be Waddle, I think. I'm going to stick with Justin Fields for this to try to put you guys on the right track here. And I don't think Fields is going to be there at 8 anyway. I think you're going to see a trade up, and quarterbacks may go off the board before 8. So
I think the Broncos are going to stick with Drew Lock for another season. And I think they're going to go
Rashawn Slater's gone already, Jay. Wake up.
They're going to go Jalen Waddle. He's just the best player on the board. I honestly don't know.
Christian Darsow?
Well, take him then. Switch it.
Yeah.
Can't.
I have it.
Alright, at 10, Cowboys again. Where he is, where he falls on the board, team need. They were really interested, the Cowboys were, in Kyle Pitts. No way he falls to 10 though. Could be a trade-up scenario if they want him that bad. Jerry Jones is nuts, we all know that. But I'm going to take cornerback from Alabama, Patrick Surtain. Again, just those in need.
Did you say you wanted me changing that pick to Waddle from Jake?
He did take a while.
No, we switched it to Darsow.
You did want to switch it? That's what I said. Go ahead, Doug, you can make it.
Alright, so I got the New York Giants. And Dave Gettleman, I believe, does not know what he's doing. He's got a young quarterback, and you got to give him weapons, but I totally see him taking Micah Parsons right here.
Yeah.
Help the defense. He's an old school kind of guy that would do something like that. So
Alright, we're going to give you guys the rundown real quick, 1 through 11, just keep you guys with us, or people that maybe tuned in late. At 1, we got Lawrence. At 2, to the Jets, we got Zach Wilson. At 3, to San Fran, we had Trey Lance being taken here. At 4, we had Kyle Pitts to Atlanta. Cincy at 5, we had Jamar Chase. Miami at 6, we had taken Penei Sewell. At 7, we have Detroit taking Rashawn Slater out of Northwestern. At 8, we have Carolina taking Justin Fields. 9, we have Darsow coming off the board. This guy's a bit down here. I think he's going to be a sure day 1 starter though. Then at 10, we have Surtain, right? Surtain.
yeah,
And then at 11, you had Micah Parsons, correct?
yes.
Alright, things get interesting here now with Philly on the clock. Mac Jones is still there. Does make me think a team maybe trades up here with them. Another possibility, Waddle. I mean, this is a team that just took Rager last year though, so I don't really know. But I feel like they sort of have to go that way. Jalen Waddle, best player on the board available at 8, or at 12. I think if he's even there, a team trades up. I don't think he makes it past out of the top 10 though. So we're going to go ahead and take Jalen Waddle at 12, just the way it fell for us. Really hope this doesn't happen. I don't want to see him in the division.
I have the Chargers. I think they're going to take a cornerback here. They need defense. Their offense is already looking pretty good with Justin Herbert. And they already have a stud receiving core. So I think they're going to go J.C. Horn.
Out of South Carolina. Son of the great Joe Horn.
Yep. At 14, Vikings. A little bit of a tough pick here for me because I was definitely going to go tackle. I thought one of the 2 top guys would be remaining. They're not. So we're going to move down the offensive line and go with a guard and Elijah Vera-Tucker from USC.
He can also play both though too.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a little small little reach for me, but I think just that team need is so big that they need to do it.
Yeah. So I get the Patriots pick.
Yep.
So they load up on defense this offseason to help their young quarterback in Mac Jones that they will be picking in the draft. And then Belichick and Saban are boys, come from the same coaching tree. You just get one of his guys plug right in there.
Right. For me, I'm at 16 with Arizona. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind they're going cornerback here, unless maybe Michael Parsons is available. Devontae Smith is available here for them. It could be a huge fit. I just feel like they already have D-Hop. They have Christian Kirk who came on strong. You could see Smith go here. Collectively, as a group, I mean, you guys see Smith going here. I think they're set on cornerback in this draft.
Are you taking a wide receiver?
Yeah, do you see Arizona taking a
No,
wide
I
receiver?
would have loaded our wide receiver.
I heard, I can't remember who exactly it was. Might have been Lombardi. I listened to him a lot. He was saying that Cliff Kingsbury wants to help Kyler Murray out at any cost that he can offensively. He wants to get as many weapons as he can, so, I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
That they would take Devontae Smith?
Yeah.
I thought that I heard something like that too, and this is where it goes from what I feel they need to what it looks like they may do. We've seen Kingsbury, even when he stacked it, or they just drafted a position. If it's not the guy he wants, if it's not his guy, he's not gonna keep him there. He's not gonna play him. I think this is a spot where he goes and gets a guy that he wants that fits his offense. He wants to put points up. He trusts that they can outscore the other team. He doesn't really care about defense, and Devontae Smith probably will be the pick if he's on the board here.
I was gonna take Devontae Smith with this pick.
What pick do you even have, Jake?
I have the Raiders pick,
At what number?
17, because Devontae Smith is just he's not gonna fall that far. But I think they go offensive tackle here, Tevin Jenkins out of Oklahoma State. Probably gonna start day one for them. It's a big need.
Big, aggressive kid. Mauler, moves very well. 4 years started at Oklahoma State. Good pick, and he reminds me of honestly like a Richie Incognito. He's just bigger and more, or not more aggressive, but he's bigger and has better footwork. He's faster on his feet, but they have that same attitude, and they play with that same type of grit that you see, like guys like Feliciano, them type of guys that really are somebody that comes in and sparks your whole line in a way. So I think that's a great pick there.
I'm back with the Dolphins. They picked at 6. I gave them Penny Sewell. That was their number 1 need. Their second need is edge. Hopefully this doesn't happen in real life for us Bills fans, because this gets pretty competitive quick here with another good player being brought in. From Michigan, edge rusher Kwity Paye.
That would be a perfect pick for them. The defense that they run.
You're up, Devin.
You know what, Josh? This is your team,
This is my team?
and I'm gonna let you take the pick for it.
Alright, you're going to let me take the pick? That's a good choice then. For me, offense tackle is a huge need for this team, but as you can see, Jacob just took the offensive lineman I'd be selected here. This is a class that's very, very deep with offensive linemen. I think you're going to see a huge run on them later in the first to early in the second. For me, there's a guy here that you just can't pass on. We have a need at linebacker, and Jeremiah Awusa Kamara out of Notre Dame is going to be the pick if he's here. This kid is fast. He can play all 4 downs for you. He's a great pickup, and I think that he's going to be with the Washington football team if he's there. But it doesn't make the Bears pick.
Alright, so this team needs a lot of help, even though they probably think that they don't. They need offensive line, they need offensive weapons. So I think I'm going to have them taking Alex Leatherwood because they need to protect the quarterback, and their offensive line was terrible last year. So Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama.
This pick, the Colts, they need a few things in my opinion. I think they're going to take a cornerback here in Caleb Farley. He dropped, in my opinion.
It's a steal of the draft right there. Best corner in the draft. The only thing is the physical doesn't check out. He's got the bad back, but
Couple back surgeries.
yeah, he's number 1 cover corner. Great ball skills, so that's a really good pick.
I think in this team, though, you don't need a very physical corner. They have a great defensive line. They have great linebackers that really make the plays. You don't see their cornerbacks coming up too much and really having to make huge tackles. Their safeties play downhill really well. This is a guy where he might be fine just being able to really be a cover corner. And I mean, yeah, obviously he's got to make the play downfield. You know, if a guy catches a slant or something like that.
No,
But-
I didn't say he's not physical. I just said
No, I'm just saying, as for him coming up in the run game, he's not going to hurt them, even though he has some of the injuries and may be nervous about coming up and making a tackle. I feel like he's fine there.
It doesn't really have to be that guy in that defense.
Right, that's my thing. You can just play your position, play your role. You don't got to worry about coming up and making big hits. You know, these guys flow really well. You know, do your 111th in this defense and you're fine. I think this is something he can excel at because he really can sit back and be a coverage corner.
Now we're here at 22 with the Titans. My pick again. It's tough for me because I can kind of go team need and I can go with a team need and make a splash. Or I could go with a team need of a guy who's kind of might need a year of development. And as of right now, I haven't made my decision, but I will. I'm going to go wide receiver out of Florida, Kadarius Toney for the Titans. Adam Humphries is kind of a failed free agent there. Everything that Cole Beasley has been for the Bills, Adam Humphrey hasn't. He can't stay in the field, never healthy. I think they find his replacement and get some speed on that team and kind of help to replace Corey Davis a little bit too. So edge Kadarius Toney.
You trying to throw some shade over there?
Shaded who?
You trying to throw some shade on the Washington football team?
No, why?
Why you talking about Adam Humphries then?
I mean,
Don't bring him up.
I didn't even know he was
Don't
on
bring
the
up nobody
team.
on my team. See? Brush yourself up, man.
He's been injury prone. I didn't
He
lie.
has been injury prone. I didn't like the signing at all. Go ahead, Devin. Jets are back on the clock.
Jets, who I think they're gonna go. Greg Newsome the second.
Greg Newsome the second.
They need help in the secondary. Well, they need help everywhere. So
Corner, Northwest.
I think he'll fit perfectly with solid defense.
Okay. Right here for this pick for me, for all the Steelers fans, I'm sure no matter who I take here, you guys are going to put me at the stake and burn me, so it doesn't really matter what I say. Devin just took who I probably would have taken, and Newsome here for them. I think he would definitely check some boxes. For them, I can see them going running back and Najee Harris. I think a lot of people like that. Jalen Phillips, I mean, his medical, one more concussion, he's done, so that makes me question, does he really go in the first round? A lot of people have him dropping now.
A lot of people have him as the top defensive end in the draft.
Yeah, but now a lot of people have him dropping, and you know he's a top defensive end, but one concussion, or maybe he feels like quitting and going and trying music again, you're out number one pick. For me, somebody that sort of, not really flew under the radar, but hasn't been talked about as much, being, for whatever reason, I think you could see a guy like Joe Tryon, is how you say it, correct? Out of Washington, 6'4", 251. He aligned as an edge defender. You know, that's going to help them. They lost Bud Dupree. They lost Bud Dupree's backup. They bring in a guy that's big, physical, strong, fast. He can play a 3-4 outside linebacker. You can play a hand in the dirt DN. You're getting a great player, and he's somebody I think that hasn't got the hype he's deserved in this draft. And most of the coverage has been on Jalen Phillips and Rousseau, being the Miami guys. And I just think this guy is going to be a great player. He might not be the flashiest, but he's going to come in every day with his head down, his lunch pail, and do his job.
I have the Jags here. You know, they already took their franchise quarterback. I think they're going to go out and get him a running mate in Rashad Bateman. He's very underrated in my opinion. I think he's a top 5 route runner in this draft class.
Okay. Says you're back on the clock here.
26 with the Browns. Kind of a easy pick. A lot of scouts like this guy. And his name is Azeez Ojulari out of the University of Georgia, edge rusher. It's one of their biggest needs. I know they signed Clowney, but still, you don't know how long that's going to last. He didn't even make it through a full season with the team he was with last year. So you're going to maybe learn a few things from Clowney too. That helps. He's a little bit of a project, but at 26, your team needs aren't all that important. I just like him as an edge rusher for the future.
Devin's up 27, the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm convinced after that trade on the other day to send what was his name? Orlando
Brown Jr.
Jr. to Kansas City. That they were packaging their first 2 picks
And move
to
up.
move up in the second round, but we're not doing trades right now. So I think they will be taking Elijah Moore, wide receiver from Ole Miss. They get him think this guy has the potential to do it.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree with that pick. It doesn't matter who's there exactly. I actually think they're gonna double up on wide receiver.
Yeah.
If they don't trade, I think at 27, and then you come back at 31, I think they double up on receiver, and maybe if you get more guy than Terrace Marshall is sitting there, you might pick him too, because it just seemed like wide receivers did not want to go there this year. Very odd. Juju Smith-Schuster gets more money, decided to stay in Pittsburgh. That might be a rivalry thing, whatever, but it just seemed like a lot of guys didn't want to go there. The only guy that got was Watkins.
Alright, so up next with the Saints, no Drew Brees. For me, this team, they have a huge need at cornerback. I feel like that's the way they're going to go, but you sort of got to reach for a cornerback. You look at receiver with him just taking Elijah Moore, there's not really a great receiver sitting right here unless I want to go down and get Terrence Marshall Jr., who they were just talking about. I think for me, you're going to see another corner come off here to play alongside of Lattimore. I believe it's going to be Eric Stokes out of Georgia. This kid's 6'1", lengthy, good coverage skills, very good, if I'm not mistaken, zone defender. Or was he the man-to-man defender? Just double check on that.
You can have like a cover, like, perimeter guy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if he was he's predominantly a zone scheme player. I think it's somebody that, they can really use, play alongside of, like I said, Lattimore. You don't have to worry about flopping the field as much, and it's a great pick for them. So that's what I'm going with, and that is going to be, as I stated, Stokes. Go ahead, Jake. I'm trying to get this.
I think here, the Packers, they're picking, I think they're going to take a corner to play on the other side of Jair Alexander. I think they're going to go Asante Samuel Jr. He has good ball skills. I think he's going to be a very good corner.
That's who you have him taking?
Yes.
Didn't see that coming.
Okay, so at 30, our beloved Buffalo Bills. So obviously Brandon Bean's board is not like mine, but my board sits top 5 quarterbacks, gone. Top 5 wide receivers, gone. Top 5 O-linemen, gone. Top 5 corners, gone. Linebacker, top 2 for me are gone. No defensive interior lineman has been taken. No safety, not a need. I believe the top 2 edge rushers are gone. Is Jalen Phillips still sitting there?
Still sitting there. Zaven Collins still there.
Listen,
Najee
I don't
Harris
like
still
this. I haven't liked it at all. But now being here and sitting here, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go running back from Clemson, Travis Etienne.
there. I love that pick, to be honest.
And it's not about the running back. It's about the speed. It's about the pass catching ability. It's everything that Singletary and Moss are not.
I would actually come off of that pick.
Have you?
Yeah, I need them to go like, I don't know. I like Jalen Phillips.
And
So
yeah,
Samuel Jr. right there too.
I mean, not that a pick needs to be sexy.
Technically,
Not
yeah.
that a pick needs to be sexy or anything, especially at 30. I understand, but
I trust
there's
Aiden.
just
Aiden.
there's just a lot of value lost. It seems like in this draft. And
At 31, Devin, you're back on the clock with another pick that you think is going to be packaged. With Baltimore, who do you got here?
I think after losing their pass rushers, I think they're going to go with Jalen Phillips.
Safe pick, good pick. As long as the medical checks out, he's going to be a player for a long time.
Yeah. Likes to throw his body around when he plays. He's a very physical player.
Right. So for me, I'm back on the clock here with Tampa at 32. So many options. I mean, they need a wide receiver, they need edge, they need interior offensive line, they need interior defensive line. For me, this is a very, very tough pick. I think there's quite a few places they could go here. Barrymore being one. I don't rule out Oa here. Well, Landon Dickerson as well is another possible pick for them. I think they're going to go with, for me, I'm going to take Jason Owa, they already have a great pass rusher on one side, and Shaq Barrett. JPP's getting up there. Maybe they bring in another guy that they can start grooming so they don't lose a beat. Jason Owa, we all know his attributes are off the charts. His speed is crazy. His first step is crazy. His very active hands. I know some people said it reminded them of Aaron Maben, possibly, from the Penn State when he got drafted.
Oh, that's great.
But the thing about Aaron Maben was he was great in college, so, you got to take that risk sometimes, and that's why it's a draft, It's going to be hit or miss for a lot of people, or, you might get a stalemate where it was the right guy at that pick, And Jason Owa is a guy that a lot of people think can play. He doesn't have much tape, which is, I know, one reason why Devin hates him. But I think that it's a guy from his workout that really got himself into the first round and isn't going to drop out of that first round. So I'm going to take Owa here. He's a 34 ranked player in this draft, edge out of Penn State, and round out our round 1 draft.
I don't hate him. I just think if he has to go to the right situation to be good.
Well, that's what I mean. He can sit behind JPP, Shaq Barrett,
Yeah,
learn.
he's like a contender. I don't know if I'd like him on the Bills. He'd be like a 3-4 edge rusher, in my opinion.
Real quick, do you want to go over all the picks for everyone?
Yeah, we can go over them. At 1, we got Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. At 2, to the Jets, we got Zach Wilson. Sam Fran at 3, Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. Atlanta Falcons at 4, Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. At 5, Cincy, taking Jamar Chase, wide receiver from LSU. He sat out this year. Another guy that sat out this year at 6 to the Miami Dolphins, Penei Sewell, O-tackle from Oregon. At 7 for the Detroit Lions, we got Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. At 8 to the Panthers, we have Justin Fields, quarterback from the Ohio State. At number 9, we have the Broncos taking Christian Darrisaw from Virginia Tech. At number 10, we have the Cowboys taking Patrick Surtain II out of Alabama. 11, we have the New York Giants taking Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. 12 to the Eagles, we have Jalen Waddle coming off the board from Alabama. Los Angeles Chargers at 13 are taking J.C. Horn, cornerback from South Carolina. 14, the Minnesota Vikings are going to take Elijah Vera Tucker, interior offense lineman, can also play tackle from USC. At 15, the New England Patriots are going to start a new era with Mac Jones at quarterback from Alabama. 16, the Arizona Cardinals are going to take Devonta Smith, the Alabama wide receiver that also won the Heisman. 17, the Las Vegas Raiders are going to take Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle from Oklahoma State. 18, the Dolphins back on the board, Kwity Paye from Michigan. 19, the Washington football team, Jeremiah Awusa Koromoa from Notre Dame. 20, Chicago Bears, Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama. 21, the Colts are going to take Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech. 22, the Titans are going to take Kadarius Toney from Florida. 23, the Jets will take Greg Newsome, cornerback Northwestern. 24, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I'm sure you guys will be giving it to Tracy to throw at me here. I think this is a good pick though. Joe Tryon, edge out of Washington. 25, Jaguars take Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota. 26, Cleveland Browns, Azeez Ujulari, edge from Georgia. 27, Baltimore Ravens take Elijah Moore, wide receiver from Ole Miss. 28, New Orleans Saints, Eric Stokes, cornerback from Georgia. 29, Green Bay Packers, another cornerback, Asante Samuel Jr. from Florida State. And at 30, Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson. 31, Baltimore Ravens take Jalen Phillips. And to round out the first round, I need a Maracle Sports and Gambling Mock Draft 2.0. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jason Owa, edge out of Penn State.
Yeah, I don't think any of those picks are like super outlandish or crazy. I mean, that could definitely all happen for sure. So, we all did a pretty good job. Now to wrap it up, we've been doing this at the end of episodes. The number 56, I got mine. I know exactly who it is. It'll be etched in my mind forever. But this number 56. But if you guys want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'll start it
Put me
off.
on the spot.
I'll start it off. I'm going to take number 56 from the New York Giants, the Bills killer, Lawrence Taylor, LT.
Knew you were gonna say that.
I'll go next. I'm gonna take Quentin Nelson.
You guys remember Keith Ellison,
Yeah.
linebacker?
And mine is a backstory. Bought his jersey after his first game with the Buffalo Sabres, where he got traded here, scored 2 goals, and then proceeded to never score another goal in a Buffalo uniform, Steve Bernier.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's pretty solid that first game too. I think that's gonna wrap it up for us today. We appreciate you guys for listening. You wanna send us out, Trace?
That has been another episode of Near Miracle Sports and Gambling, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
Thank you.